What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it's a bit of a funeral day. Now, normally I would dance on a hater's grave, but I don't feel as excited about this because while there have been many vile things said about me by this individual, things way over the line, things cringy, things odd, things weird, I don't really care that much about what internet anons say about me. Whether or not it's a content creator or an anonymous internet comment, if it's negative, it really doesn't carry a lot of weight with me. I may get sucked into reacting in a flame war now and again, but you know, alcohol's a thing. That said, Rich from ReviewtechUSA was a channel that has been on what can only be described as one of the slowest motion car wrecks ever recorded in history, which culminated just a day ago or 2 days ago with him deleting his entire YouTube channel of 1 million subscribers, making a complete boneheaded decision to do that. There are many reasons why, even if you quit YouTube, that you don't delete your YouTube channel. The one big one being is once you delete your archive of all your historical videos, the only thing people actually find when they're searching for you is hate videos, or videos making fun of you, or videos roasting you. I'm not going to go through the long and historied and well-documented collapse of Rich from ReviewtechUSA because it's sad. This is a guy that I think really suffered from terminal Trump derangement syndrome. I think his channel was doing just fine for a lot of years. He was making a decent living at it. And then he got political. And just like Angry Joe found out, you know, when you call half of your fans idiots and losers, that doesn't do great for you. You know, you can look at, you know, the type of views that Angry Joe has since his original, complete meltdown. It's not great. ReviewtechUSA also, you know, now the channel's gone, but you know, this is a guy that still was probably making $5,000 to $8,000 a month, doing very similar videos to me, except, you know, on technology, he would dip his toe into a little bit of drama here and there, and I can't blame him for that. He even challenged me to a boxing match last summer, and when he found out that I was training with Sam Hyde, he backed out. He also cited some personal issues, some health issues going on with his family, his daughter, something I'm not going to get into, something that should be completely off limits for any internet commentator to get into. And so, you know, at the time, he was going through stuff with his kid, so I just kind of let it be. I didn't make a whole video dunking on him, or I don't think I did. I felt like I tried to show some grace when, even though I got punched in the head by Sam Hyde for 2 weeks for nothing, you know, I think there's no point in kicking a man while he's down. And this weird meltdown has been, you know, happening for some time. He tweeted out, you know, a lot of these video game commentators, YouTubers that focus specifically on video games do have a hard time kind of hanging out long term. And now he's updated put a hat apparently saying move in silence. You know, I have his account muted because he used to constantly get into my replies and distract me from, you know, my work by saying stupid stuff or heinous stuff about me. This is a guy that when Donald Trump won the election in 2016, the downward spiral began, and it was culminated in 2020 in January when he was doing live streams, having absolute meltdowns about a few idiots that got out of control on J6. I don't remember him doing live streams about all the people looting Targets for old what's-his-name, stealing sneakers and stuff like that for old what's-his-name. By the way, congratulations on several years of being sober, George. But you see this, ReviewtechUSA 2019 to 2020, 2009 to 2024, so 15 years on the platform. Thanks for all the support, and just deletes it. This is obviously a bad decision. That only, you know, some level of cope would, you know, justify, because now if you search for ReviewtechUSA, you mostly get people making fun of him. I mean, first page now. Disgusting hypocrite exposed. You're lazy. It's over. And then I'm getting a bunch of NFL videos. A documentary 2 months ago, which may have been the final kind of nail in the coffin. Video that got 1 million likes from somebody named June the King, who's known for making long form kind of documentary content. And you know, it didn't paint Rich in a very good light. But it brought up a lot of old stuff, you know, old stuff that that really to me isn't even relevant anymore. Like, people don't really even remember the stupid Big Cheese Crusaders and, you know, all this kind of stuff. Nobody remembered a lot of that stuff except for him, apparently. And eventually he turned into what the internet calls a lolcow, which is a fate that a lot of us may see. You know, for example, he also seemed to get heavy into the weed, something I don't have an issue with, but it seemed to have a lot of kind of a lot of negative effects on him. And you see all these people, you know, picking fights with Keemstar, being obsessed with Darkside Phil. By the way, Darkside Phil outlives him again. You know, challenging people to fights. You know, going out in the mall and yelling weird stuff about me, for example. You know, all this kind of stuff. Very, very weird. You know, some video flagging issues, things like that get brought up. The whole thing is kind of sad. You see, you know, he did a live stream where he's talking about how he deleted the channel, which makes no sense. Even if you just abandon the channel, you're going to make a couple $100 a month. When you have that many videos, when you have 1,000 videos, you're going to make a couple $100 a month. Which, why wouldn't you want that? It looks like, in and of itself, it ended up being Boogie. Boogie2988 actually looks like he triggered all of this.
I started getting messages saying that ReviewtechUSA is currently having a complete and total meltdown on his stream, attacking me, attacking Keem, attacking Jordy, attacking 8-Bit Eric, attacking everybody. And it turns out it's because he's a bad dad.
Ooh.
And people are seeing that. So I went to his chat to talk to him, thinking, you know, maybe instead of attacking us, maybe he would like to talk about the fact that he showed the world what a bad dad he was, right? And instead, he's talking about me. Oh, Boogie, you faked cancer. Oh, Boogie, you did a crypto thing.
Yeah, he did do those things.
Yeah, I did those things.
Oh, okay.
And I take complete responsibility for the things I've done. Rich, why are you afraid to take responsibility for being a bad fucking dad? And this isn't rumors. This isn't just made up shit. This isn't just people talking about you. You showed the world that when your daughter needed to go to bed, you said no because you'd rather sit there and fuck with your chicken and play with your titties and waste her fucking time. You're a bad fucking dad. Say what you want to about me, and it's probably true. But you don't...
Look, I'm not going to get into the bad dad narrative. I think Rich from ReviewtechUSA may be the first person in history of mankind who got addicted to weed and let it ruin their life. Probably a coping mechanism. You know, you see Legacy Killer writing years of content all gone. Stupid decisions aside, was at one point my favorite commentary gaming channel to watch. No idea what happened to Rich, but he has become an embarrassment. Really sad to see. I mean, when you have Boogie2988 calling you out, Mother of God. You said, Michael, didn't he go to a shopping mall screaming at the quartering? It seems like his outbursts and fighting has been nonstop for the past few years. You know, again, I think that was part of his, like, weird left-wing arc where he was trying to reinvent himself constantly to chase the views. And I think ultimately that is the fate for a lot of content creators. Is probably the dire fate even for me down the road. I'm hoping that I can build up enough of a following that, you know, I can fade out instead of burn. I can fade away rather than burning out. but it's not, it's kind of the future for a lot of these people. You see this video's got 3,000 dislikes. You see, if I had a channel that I wasn't using anymore that still made $600 a month in passive income, I would have just kept it up and continued to make that $600 a month. This reminds me of when I was a kid, I broke my toys out of emotion to my parents. That'll show them. Imagine someone who says they advocate for the preservation of deleting their history. Zero Brain Cells USA, deleting the channel link and erase the $200 that you owe Big Cheese. He deleted his main channel. I mean, he had been for months and months and months talking about, reinventing himself and becoming some sort of internet DJ or beat maker or something like that. It's probably a midlife crisis. Some people do that, and I get it. But I think at the end of the day, all beef aside, for Rich, his own worst enemy was Rich. When you see a lot of people and their reaction to this, they don't really remember what's currently going on and the things that you're doing that's a little goofy. It's the history. They still remembered you fondly. You still had thousands of people that still wanted to watch your videos. And I think, if anything, I've been around much longer than I probably should have as a content commentator over the years, not without my own controversies. But I think, as I've seen so many people abandon their hardcore fans because they just can't understand or accept the fact that they're no longer growing, it's really difficult to watch. And for Rich, I'm not going to celebrate this. I think he's going to realize that he definitely made a really big mistake. If he would have just rebranded himself like he's been talking about for years, he would have been fine. He says it's not a call for help. It's the best decision I've made in a long time. I've learned that whenever someone tells me I made a dumb choice, it actually meant I made the right choice. That's probably not true. That's probably not true. Be honest. Did you delete the channel because you didn't want to see it go under 1 million subs? Darkside Phil survives again. Michael Legacy Killer HD writes, honestly, man, you should just quit being online at this point. Same thing I said about Boogie when he has his meltdowns. You took it a step further by deleting years of work and great content. Anyways, be a Lolcow if that's what you wish. It's really sad to see. Yeah, and the Lolcow is kind of like these goofy, there's like internet channels that will meme on people. You can really only be a Lolcow if you let them turn you into one, for the most part. And it looks like Rich just couldn't handle the criticism that was ever mounting. There's lots of new shows on the internet that have been kind of given him the business for a long time, and I guess it's just unfortunate because this guy was a staple in the tech commentary community for a lot of years, and that's how I'll choose to remember his content. It's not like the man's dead. I hope he goes and gets like a regular job and finds some peace. You go work in an Amazon warehouse and make $25 an hour or $30 an hour, Go find some peace, make the videos that you want to make instead of chasing the dragon of internet fame forever. I'm sure that someday I'll be back in the standard non-sitting on my computer talking about stuff workforce, and I've made my peace with that, and I'm comfortable with that. I hope that that's what he does, because I'll remember him for the good content a long time ago, far longer than I'll remember his weird meltdowns and weird challenging me to boxing matches and all this other stuff that went on. And this is a rod of his own making. This is a choice that he made, a path that he forged himself, and he has no one else to blame but himself. I'll leave it with that.